This is Sonic, and you're watching JD Frank 20.
Ooh yeah! A video game insider reminded Sonic fans that a Frontier-style sequel is already in development after a Hollywood insider appears to spin a public remark as a scoop. A social media account understood to be a video game industry insider reminded Sonic the Hedgehog fans on Twitter late Sunday that the next open zone game is indeed in development. Why it matters? Many fans thought it was their revelation of an open source zone sequel to a brand new detail, despite Sega's publicized promise to continue the concept in future Sonic games. Notably, Sonic team head Takashi Iizuka remarked in August of 2023 interview that Frontier's open zone gameplay concept will serve as a formula for new titles to build upon the next 10 to 20 years. Yeah, so according to Midori, she confirmed that Sega is actually working on Sonic Frontiers 2. Now, this is believable, actually. I mean, the source actually came from somebody on their Patreon, and basically it's making head waves. I didn't want to say anything at first. I wanted to see what would happen in the next 24 hours after this article was first reported on Twitter. Because, again, we're in the gaslighting era, so I would assume this was nothing more than just that. But if you're having Midori confirm this, and also Tails channel acknowledging it, then it's obviously true, basically. Sonic Frontiers 2, I do like the fact that they're going to go with a sequel. Again, the Final Horizons, it added a lot of enhancements here and there, which is fantastic. And it's safe to assume that Sonic Frontiers 2, we don't know what the title's gonna be. But other than that, it's awesome that they're gonna go with Frontiers 2 as opposed to Adventure 3. Because let's be honest, if Sega's not gonna have the guts to re-release or remaster Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, why would they go with Sonic Adventure 3? It would make no sense. That's why we got Sonic X Shadow Generations for 2024. A lot of us were disappointed that that's the game they decided to go with rather than going with the Adventure remakes, which would have made more sense, especially if you had the tie-ins to the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie coming out late this year. But no, Sega wanted to take a safe approach with Sonic Generations getting the remaster and adding Shadow content. And you realize, okay, they're not going to go the Adventure 3 route. I already knew that already. So I knew that Sonic Frontiers 2 would be a safer choice. It's awesome that they're going with a sequel. I'm excited for this. I get basically Mario Galaxy 1 and Mario Galaxy 2 vibes when you think about it. The gameplay style is exactly to my liking, which was Sonic Frontiers provided. The gameplay style works. You get to do combat, you get the boost, and spin dash. And speaking of that, I expect the boost and spin dash to be immediately available to the player at the start. Not something that has to be unlocked. I understand, Mori Kishimoto, you had time constraints, but now you have a winning formula, not only for Sonic, but also all the other characters. I expect them to be playable from the start. I expect Amy, Knuckles, Tails to be playable from the start, pending what the story's gonna be, for Sonic Frontiers 2, whatever the sequel's name's gonna be. I don't want it to be a similar situation where it's basically similar to Frontiers 1, where all four of them are just separated. They're gonna be in a digitized state. I don't want that. I want them to be in their full state. If they're gonna be separated, fine. Give them their own arc here and there. Amy has her arc, Knuckles has his arc, Tails has his own arc, and Sonic has his arc. And they all meet up eventually, defeat whoever the final boss is gonna be. And we'll go from there. What's Eggman's role going to be? Is Sage going to make a comeback? Is there going to be a new villain? What is going to be the primary story for Sonic Frontiers 2? We don't know. If I had to guess, I would say that Sonic Frontiers 2, what the title would be? If I had my way, I would go with Sonic Frontiers 2 Virtual Nightmare. Because I already have a story and a script that I already made for those circumstances. Originally, it was called Dawn of Awakening, but I said to myself, let's go with Frontiers 2, because why not? Because people are going to love a sequel to the original. Like, Mori Kishimoto and his team worked really hard to make Sonic Frontiers the best it could be. And with all the enhancements, all the extra time constraints, it showed. And the fact that they were able to do this with 120 devs, that just shows you, like, wow. This game went above and beyond, and now that Sega has a bigger budget to work with, sky's the limit. And I'm assuming this game's going to come out in 2026. So again, for Frontiers 2, they have a winning formula. What do you want me to say? I think it's better than going with Adventure 3, because I honestly think that Sega really does not want to go the adventure route, because I think they're afraid of it. They don't want to mess it up. And I think they should just respect it. You know, do your own thing, go with Frontiers while, you know, it's still white hot, and just expand on that. Create your own legacy based off the Frontier series. Other than that, let me know what y'all think, and I gotta go. Peace out.